I started Best Buy when I was a senior in high school.
Yeah, I was an 18-year-old kid who needed a summer job.
Asked some friends where they thought I should get a job, and my girlfriend worked at Best Buy.
And I was looking for a part-time job, something to pay the bills while I was in between singing jobs.
I started with Best Buy when I was 16 years old.
My father basically said, you have to get a job.
Met my husband in the Army and got out and went into retail. And that was just a short time while I was going to school to be a teacher.
My mother had just started at a company called Best Buy. And she, as mothers do, and I mean this in the best sort of way, suggested to me daily that this would be a good place for me to come to work. Truly, when I came in here, I was rudderless. I didn't know what direction I was going to pursue. I didn't know what I wanted to do when I grew up.
Very scared. I had no idea about computers and didn't know how to turn them on or off, and didn't even own a computer.
I didn't know anything about electronics, but I knew a lot about music and liked music a lot, so I figured I could sell music.
The first day, I got put on the sales floor with, you know, my skinny leather, pink leather tie, yellow shirt, and like flock of seagulls, 80s hair, and I went out on the sales floor, and my first presentation was for a rack system.
You don't have to know anything about electronics to work for Best Buy, that's for sure. But they taught me everything.
Looked like a fun place to shop and a good place to work, plus there's air conditioning.
When I started asking them, like, oh, what's it like to work here? They had such positive things to say that I figured I can learn all the rest. But you definitely want to get a job where when you ask the employees if they like it, they genuinely do.
When I got hired, the excitement that rubbed off on me at the job fair, you know, I was like, man, this is so cool. That's what really made me want to work for Best Buy.
One of my biggest hobbies, actually my only hobby that I had at that time was car audio. So for me to have the chance to speak to that hobby as well as be able to sell it and talk to customers on a regular basis, there's absolutely no comparison from what I was doing to what any of my other friends were doing.
A young lady became the computer soup and said, you have a great personality. Would you like to be on the sales floor? And I was like, is that more money? And she said, yes. And I said, well, yes, I'm in for it then.
I was actually attending NIU to get my teaching degree. And I actually saw the tie-in at Best Buy of how you are teaching people about technology. You know, not only teaching customers, but new employees as well.
As I got further in school, I started to realize, like, hey, this is a pretty big company. There's a lot more to this company than just the stores. So it kind of finally clicked for me that, like, I can have my real job and have it be at Best Buy.
Because I'd already had some experience in the theater, and you know, we did a lot of cheering and a lot of meetings and stuff like that, I saw that, wow, this might work for me. You know, because I was able to get up in front of people and really move a crowd.
The one thing I knew for sure that I wasn't going to do my life was become a businessman or an executive and go to meetings and stuff. I was going to do something connected with people and maybe be a bartender.
Our district manager at the time actually stopped and talked to me and said that he went to school and he has a teaching degree, and he was another example of sticking around with the company and being a success.
I was the person that they came to and tapped and said, Stacy, you've got the communication skills, you're a good listener, you have the ability to coach and inspire people, and you use those skills naturally. We'd like to put you in a leadership position and see if that's something that you could excel at. And I jumped at the opportunity.
Getting promoted to a store manager role was beyond my loftiest ambition.
The question came, are you interested in coming to corporate? That really wasn't the drive initially. It was more about the work and being able to be a part of something that was big, right, to get to know a new segment. But since I've been up here, I mean, the work up here is just wonderful. So this is great, great development for me.
In that moment, I committed and said, this is a place where I want to spend my career and I want to make a difference.
I never personally held a position for more than a year and a half, just because that challenge and that change is really what kept me motivated and kept me going at Best Buy.
They called and asked me to apply for the district HR manager.
I was a computer supervisor for about a year and a half.
They moved me over to the computer department, which basically when they told me that, you know, little angels came down from heaven.
I started as OS Media.
I ran the video department for about a year and a half.
Operations manager, merchandising manager, sales manager.
I worked in car-fi supervisor.
Well, I became full-time in computers, then I became a senior in computers.
Inventory manager.
I got promoted to assistant manager quickly.
Transferred over into the role of the sales manager.
There was something in me that said, I have to take this jump and become a general manager in our store.
Right now, my goal is to be a territory general manager.
I like the fact that there's different options and I don't even have to decide that right now. I'm comfortable where I'm at, and when I'm ready to take the next step, I'll take the next step.
Best Buy is very supportive of continuing your education. They offer great tuition reimbursements.
The work that we do with our community, which fulfills me as a person, is world class.
The common thread through the whole story has been people reaching out to make a difference for me, to connect with me because they cared about me, and I've seen them do it for thousands of people.
They truly do care about the family and your quality of life that you have.
We have a great employee discount. I mean, for that alone, who wouldn't want to work here?
Don't ever think that you have to take a certain step or you have to go a certain way. Do what you do well, what you love to do, and the company will find a place for you to grow and develop.
Be mastery of what you do. Go to college, work at Best Buy, get a great discount, make a lot of friends, get asked your viewpoints, get to be involved in the community, make some money, take that life experience and take it to the next future.
It's amazing to find a place where you fit and can stay and are happy to stay at 19. Nobody does that.
Regardless if you're here for some walking around money for a part-time job while you're going to school, or you're here to build a career for yourself, I think there's things you can learn. I think you can learn about an environment where people care about each other. I think you can learn about what it means for an individual to make a difference in a huge American multinational corporation.
If you want to be in advertising or sales or legal or, we have trash people, that's their job, like environmental affairs. They take care of all of our trash contracts and stuff. There's just anything that you could possibly want to do, you can do here.
Get to where you love your job, get to where you're adding the most value you can to a company, and that might be as a part-time inventory handler for 15 years. That might be as a territory general manager, and that might be as president of the company. But get to where you're adding the most value and where you can create a good work-life balance, and guess what? You're going to succeed in no matter what you do.
My name is Chris Christian. I'm 19 years old, and I'm a sales manager for Best Buy.
My name is Angie Cleaver. I am a 27-year-old general manager at Store 19 South Des Moines, Iowa.
I'm Melanie Torzi, and I've been with Best Buy for 10 years, and I'm an operations manager at corporate.
I'm Tracy Malone. I've been with Best Buy for 12 years. Currently a district human resources manager.
My name is Mike Walter. I'm 22 years old. I'm a manager at Store 508 in Savannah.
I'm Alice Maynard. I'm a senior director at corporate.
I'm Michelle Carey. I'm the general manager for Best Buy on Two Knots Road in Columbia, South Carolina.
I'm Stacy Garrett, and I'm a training manager at Best Buy.
My name is Chris Cole, and I'm a general manager.
My name is Ben Bagwell, currently in the district installations manager.
My name is Chris Perfetti. I'm a GM in Manchester, New Hampshire.
My name is Juan Rojas. I'm a deputy field marshal.
I'm Brian Dunn. I've worked here for over 20 years, and I'm President and Chief Operating Officer.